仕方ねえな。マットに爆弾ゲーしてやるよ。おお、寒そうですね。おお、荒ぶる荒ぶる。さあ爆弾ゲーです。まずは燃やしましょう。うおー、靴の火薬もいいし、炸裂もいいし、はいはいはいはいはいはいはいはいはいはいはい言ってな。お前ダメージノーダメやりたかったのにな。クッソが。バスティユナイト。バコン。よかったな。これ独房の鍵。王が最も手厚くもてなした来賓であるウジュヌ・ド・ボーカンソンの独房の鍵。おお、やっと会えるか、ボーカンソン。バスティーユの看守たちは常に囚人を非人道的に預かってきたが、それにとって変わったオートマタに何が期待できるのだろうか。壁につながれたまま放置された囚人たちは飢えるがままとなり、想像を絶するような絶望と孤独感に包まれることとなる。開くこれ。一挙すべて揃ってないとダメだっていう。ここは何もない。さすがにボスエリアだしな。まあいっか。行こう。はい、移動。ダンジョンはダンジョンはダンジョンはダンジョン終わったんだけど。ダンジョン終わって地下エリアが出てきたんだけど。傍観すんじゃないあれ。よく喋れんな。人がいっぱいいる。おお、根津中。
Tonight, mon enfant. Oh mon Dieu. They did it. They did it. They've turned my sweet daughter into a cold machine.
It's all right. Stay calm.
Well, Ludia, what has Cagliostro told you? Has he sent you to put me out of my misery?
No. I'm going to get you out of here. Let me help you.
There's no point. I'm burning with fever, and I'm already short of breath.
めっちゃ喋ってるやん、お前。
Death lurks around every corner in this prison. I couldn't escape it. I'm not long for this world.
No, you can't. Outside, your automats are slaughtering men, women, and children. What you have done, monsieur, only you can undo.
What I have done, the miracles I performed, the wonders I gave to this kingdom, it was nothing but vanity. I closed my eyes to it for so long. Mesmer, Cagliostro, souls snatched from their eternal rest like water from a well. I should have set fire to the workshop. I should have melted my creations.
It's not too late to stop the massacre.
I don't have the strength. You must.
Speak, monsieur. Say something, enfant.
You must stop them. The king and his loathsome henchman Cagliostro, the master of the machines. He gives them their orders. He must be silenced at all costs. Take my hand.
Monsieur, father.
No, my pauvre enfant. I am not your father. No more than you are, Athénaïs. You're but the vessel that contains what is left of her broken soul. Lydia, I don't want to die without hope. In the name of what is left of her in you, in the name of her love for you, I beg you to free her from the purgatory our enemies have confined her to.
I will grant your wish, monsieur.
Do you realize what that means? Are you ready to make that sacrifice?
The ultimate sacrifice.
Ma fille, I shall never see her darling face again. Ma petite. You must set her free. Bring her back into the light. The light.
Monsieur. Monsieur. Monsieur.
お前めっちゃ喋るやん。あ、まだあんのムービー。パパなの。パパーっつったよね。
My daughter, will you never listen? This machine belongs to the king now, vous le savez. There's nothing I can do about it.
Did he also order you to torture her?
The king wants me to make some improvements.
And you obey him just like that?
That's enough, Athénaïs. Let me work. And from now on, I forbid you from coming in here without my permission.
Ugh! You're no better than your master, Papa!
パパ、マスターパパ。マスターパパっつって。お前、めっちゃ元気だったじゃん。なんで急に寿命を迎えたのお前。くっそ元気で喋ってたじゃん。飲まず食わず言いたら、喉カッサカサでさ、もう喋れなかったと思うんだけど、普通。めっちゃ喋るやん、お前。刺繍入りのハンカチをゲットした。オランダ風の上質なハンカチ。アテナイ・ド・ボーカンソンの頭文字 A、D、E、V が刺繍として施されている。ボーカンソンは収容されてもこれを隠し続けた。かつての主であった時計仕掛けのボー君の邪智暴虐によりバスティーユの牢獄でこの世を去った男にとってこれは娘を思い出させてくれる最後の品であったのだ。あったのだよ。ババンと。はいはい。でだ。コンパス。コンパス。終電に戻れるんかいって思うよね。バスティーユなんもない。あとさ、アイギスやっぱなんか人間すぎるよな、動きが。動きと感情というか喋りというか人間見すぎんのかな、ちょっとなーって思う。
I can use this boat to reach the Seine.
帰れ
As
る
soon
んか
as
い
I'm on dry land, I shall return to the Cordelier convent. I'm sure they are waiting for me with bated breath.
首ったけしてるぜって。はい、じゃあ帰りますか。リュクサンブール。去って帰ってきました。死んでましたよって。あ、てか元気に死にましたよと。はい。
Citoyen, I come bearing sad tidings. Monsieur de Vaucanson has passed away. I was present for his last breath in his cell at the Bastille.
Juste ciel. Requiescat in pace. Was he at least able to tell you something before he passed away?
No, nothing.
How unfortunate. We are lost.
Must we resign ourselves to this disastrous turn of events?
No, General. Every part of me refuses to do so. Eugène de Vaucanson made me make a promise that I swore to keep. Now I have no other choice than to risk everything.
What are you thinking, Aegis?
I'm thinking of making my way to Versailles.
Eh bien, you should know that I also plan to go there.
You don't even think about it.
Ma foi. What have we got to lose? Our lives? At this point, you must admit that they're not worth much.
I agree with the Marquis's resolution. We must take into account everything that Aegis has done to foil the King's plans. The time has come for us to put ourselves at her service.
Not so fast, mon ami. Let's not rush into anything. You'd have to be mad to want to be part of the battle to come. Those who agree to take part in this strike will need to keep a low profile until Aegis has cleared the way. As for you, madame, I do not know what new arrangements have been made since my last visit to the Queen, but I found the area around the North Wing to be particularly empty. Here is where you should launch the attack. If fortune is in my favor, I shall be waiting for you at the Petit Trianon with something to help you make your way through the gardens.
As for us, once the automats have been defeated, we will enter the palace to seize the king and the count.
Is that your plan, Monsieur le Marquis?
It is, monsieur.
We are about to take the small step that separates audacity from madness.
Are you ready to take it, Madame?
Citoyen, I cannot escape my obligations. It is in my very nature to honor them. I kept the promise I made to the Queen to find Monsieur de Vaucanson. I am now bound by the oath I swore before my creator. If I go to Versailles, it is in the hope of rescuing Athenais. I think also of all that remains to be done in Paris. And what's more, you demand my help to make you masters of the king.
It is a heavy burden that we place on your shoulders. But once again, we must leave it up to you. Take your time, Aegis. A hasty decision could lead to disaster.
We will be ready for action when the time comes.
Pour la nation et pour le royaume!
Citoyen Robespierre.
Madame.
特にないか。なんかあるかな他に。
Citoyen Mirabeau. Unfortunately,
あ、そうだ
I
そうだ。
come bearing sad news.
Go on, Aegis. There is no need to spare me. This is about my mother, isn't it?
Indeed. The Countess is no longer of this world.
Yes, yes. It was to be feared. I knew she was lost a long time ago. The poor woman. At last she has been delivered from the madness that drove her into the gutter.
It gets worse.
Worse, you say?
Your mother did not die of poverty. She was killed.
Murdered? No. No. My father. The rabid dog made good on his threat. May he roast in the fires of hell for all eternity. As for you, Bishop, do you finally understand the man's true nature? How much longer will you protect this demon?
I share your grief, Monsieur de Mirabeau, but the secrets of...
Enough! You sanctimonious bigot! Is it not enough for you to serve the people absurd fables that condemn them to ignorance? Must you also submit to the whims of a malicious old brute? The scourge of his own family? Speak! Speak now, or so help me, I will send you to meet your maker.
Please, Monsieur, let us not get carried away. Out of respect for your grief, and given the extraordinary circumstances, I consent to enlighten you.
I am listening, Monseigneur.
I admit that your father is an unusual person, inhabited by an anger whose source is undetermined. He blamed you, your sister, and your poor mother for all of his misfortunes. I stayed by his bedside an entire night. I preached about mercy and the example of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Ha! That must have gone over well.
Do not mock me, Monsieur de Mirabeau. At dawn, I finally got Monsieur le Marquis to see the error of his ways. Before God, he extended forgiveness to all those he had previously condemned.
However, he did not give up his plans for revenge. The fate reserved for my mother is proof of this.
In fact, monsieur, he did. He even gave me a leather wallet containing, in his words, the instrument of your punishment. He asked me to dispose of it. Unfortunately, your mother's fate was already sealed. Orders had been given. There was nothing more that could be done. The poor soul. He was in tears, his body racked with sobs.
My heart breaks to hear it. What was in the wallet?
I don't know, monsieur. I did not open it.
In that case, I ask you to give it to me now.
I cannot, monsieur. When I was captured, the wallet fell into the hands of the Comte de Cagliostro.
Nom de nom, Aegis. Do you realize what this means? This wallet contains my father's sentences for his children. Me, of course, but also my sister, the Marquise de Cabri. You must find it at all costs. Our fate is in your hands. Cagliostro must have put it in a safe place, somewhere known only to him.
The Marquise de Capri, dites-vous?
Yes, that is my sister Louise's title.
Fortune favors you today. It so happens that I already have this wallet. It was in a secret workshop by the Tuileries, where the Count conducts his sinister experiments.
Oh, how fortunate. What does it contain?
2 envelopes addressed to the Lieutenant General de Police. One of them had this letter in it. It concerns your sister, the Marquise de Capri.
Let's see. A lettre de cachet signed by my father. He gave orders to have my sister locked up in a convent. His unique variety of fatherly love is unmistakable. What was in the second envelope?
It is empty.
Empty? Mon Dieu. You don't have to be a genius to guess that it contained a similar document, this time concerning myself. If the envelope was empty, it means that this letter has already been delivered to its recipient. By Cagliostro, no doubt. The monster must have felt a perverse sense of joy as he devoured its contents. Aegis, you must retrieve this letter at all costs. If the Lieutenant General attaches a seal and gives it to his underlings at the Châtelet, I am done for.
Where does this Lieutenant General reside?
Oh, right by the fortress. He's a dutiful man and prides himself on never straying too far from it. Please hurry, I beg of you.
また行けってさ。他になんかあるかね。帰ってこれねえって書いてあったからさ、もう最終ステージ行くんかなと思ったら帰ってこれたじゃん。お前どこ見てんの？隣のやつ系か。なんかある？ねえか。なんかある？他に。お前どこ向いてんの？あー、チェックメイトってある。まあ、また、サブイベを並行してやっちゃいましょうかね。よっこいしょ。あ、なんだこれ。王妃、マリー・アントワネット、アイギュス城が攻撃に遭い、私たちの命が危険にさらされています。ここ、サンクルーへの迅速な帰還を命じます。ほう。ベルサイユ行ける。シテ島？あとサンクルーもやりたいね。助けてーっつってるから。シテ島行ってサンクルー行こうか。うん。そっちね。はいはい。よーっじゃん。おー、やるよ。やりおるわ。こっちから行った方がいいか。 すぐ行って、はい。何もねえっつってたところかな、俺が。ああ、ここ。え？はい。うわ、痛い。はい。はい。あ、待ってよ。危ね、危ね、危ね、危ね。お。よく当たんなかったな、俺。ああ、危ねえ。危ない。はいはい。お。ポン。さてと。あ、ここ空いてる。空いてなかったんだよ、ここ。なるほどね。
Here is the lettre de cachet that had Monsieur de Mirabeau so terrified. I shall deliver it to him shortly.
警視総監宛ての手紙。私、ミラボー、公爵、ビクトル・ド・リケティは貴殿に、私の息子であるミラボー、伯爵、オノレ・ガブリエル・ド・リケティを、バン・センヌの力を一掃するようご依頼申し上げます。監修先は必ず以前と同じ独房で、かつ終身刑に服させるようお願い申し上げます。このような不埒な男は、王国の礎たる道義に反して目に余るような屈辱を続け、侮辱か誇り高きリケティ一族の神に泥を塗ったのですとかっていうのがここにあると。さて、ちなみにこれは強いだと意外、10もあるだと。強いだと。じゃあ、帰りますか。渡してあげようか。せっかくだし。先に渡してあげよう。
Here is the letter sent by your father to the Lieutenant General de Police. You were right.
Mon Dieu. So this is what the cur had in store for me. A new lettre de cachet with a royal seal. He sentenced me to spend the rest of my days in the Chateau de Vincennes, to return to the cell where he had me locked up 12 years ago. Those 10 square feet where I lay at death's door for 42 months on end. 14 seasons spent with chattering teeth, coughing up a bucket full of bile and blood every day.
Your own father had you thrown in jail?
Alas, such is the sad truth.
What crime did he hold you to be guilty of?
He disapproved of the follies of the young man I was back then, and my love for a certain someone. A woman whom an unjust law kept me apart from. I was free and besotted with happiness ages. And that was a crime in the eyes of my father, the Marquis. I sullied the Mirabeau name, so he felt it necessary to steal my youth and clap his wayward son in irons.
What does this letter matter, in the face of the mortal peril that hangs over all the king's enemies?
You must put yourself in my shoes to understand. If the king wins this war, he will send all the brave men here to the scaffold, and I am certain they will climb the steps with their heads held high. But if you hadn't taken that letter, I would have suffered a far darker fate. Louis the Mad would have made it his duty to respect my father's last wishes, but I would rather die. Whether a hero or a coward, then return to Vincennes. There is no worse hell on earth than that infernal dungeon.
Was there no trial?
One would imagine. Those damned lettres de cachet. For centuries, a powerful man, whether a king or a father, needs simply put pen to paper, and an innocent man is thrown into prison. The poor soul sees neither judge nor lawyer. In the space of an hour, he moves from the light into darkness, and his cries for help fall futilely on the cold stone of the dungeon walls. I am just one of many victims, whose ranks range from the most famous to the most lowly, from Voltaire and Diderot to the unfortunate children whose dark fates will never be known. In any case, I must now express my eternal gratitude, even though no words, no matter how eloquent, can express its depth. I owe everything to you, Aegis. You, who've broken my chains forever. Whatever happens now, I will be free to live or die for the nation. As for the Marquis de Mirabeau, that criminal whom misfortune chose as my father, let us consider him dead, shall we? Let him choke on loneliness and regret, once and for all.
あなたのそばのオートマタ。詰まるところは、ミラボー。このミラボーを誹謗する新聞のやつの、やつで、ちょっと若気の至りをやっていたよっていうのは、があって、それで、その部分をこういうふうに、言われて、そこからなのか、まあ、独房に入ってましたよと。入れられましたよと。こいつはね、ミラボーは。で、出てきて心を改めましたよっていうのが、今の話ですね。まあ、ここにあるやっぱ新聞は、やっぱ、ここにいる人間のやつの、なんか、まあ、やっちゃった若気の至りはあるっちゃあるけど、今はもう王の残虐な行いに対してこの野郎って思ってる人らがここに集まってますよっていうのが、まあ今までの流れからしてわかるかなって感じですかね。じゃあ、助けに行きますか。クイーンをサンクルに帰ってさ、ようやく帰れたよ。はい。終わり。